For the first time in 53 years, the New York Knicks, yes, the New York Knickerbockers, NBA champions, taking out the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games. Jalen Brunson, unquestionably the Finals MVP, putting in a closeout game for the Ages, scoring 45 points. Without question, was the best player on the floor. I thought that OG Anunoby should get consideration for Finals MVP because not just because of his scoring, but the efficiency that he showed, and also his defensive play, just being an elite two-way player and how important he was to this team in this series. But Jalen Brunson just flat out put that to bed. Just an amazing performance. Just continue to defy the odds. I've always had respect for Jalen Brunson, just a player and how he carries himself, but I just wanted to give him another salute, saying, "Look, man, he really just 6'1" guy, not athletic at all. As far as getting over the rim, he doesn't play above the rim, plays below it. Just flat out skill, hard work, quick savviness, and just a skill set. He's a reminder that you don't have to be a LeBron James, a Victor Wembanyama, super athlete to make it in the NBA, to be a great basketball player. It just, do you want to put the work in time and time and time again, and are you going to make the plays when they count? That's what Jalen Brunson has done. And shout out to Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and Josh Hart, guys that they won the national championship as teammates at Villanova back in 2016, and now they're also NBA champions with the New York Knicks. That's awesome. You don't see that a lot, just a trio of teammates coming back together after college and winning the NBA championship. So shout out to those guys. I was critical when the Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau last year. I thought that, why would you fire the guy that got you that close to getting to the NBA Finals last year? They ended up being right. Bringing in Mike Brown was the guy that, unlocked this team, unlocked Karl-Anthony Towns. Really, took this offense that the Knicks had to another level while still maintaining a really good defense throughout the season. So Mike Brown ended up being the correct answer. If you had told me before the season had started that, the Knicks were going to be a Finals contender, that they were the beginning, they were a team that should be at the top of the East, I would have said, yeah, they could be a top team in the East, but was I really going to pick them over the Celtics, over Detroit? And I'm even fighting, I'm picking them over Cleveland. I would have said that the Knicks were, although a top team in the East, I wasn't sure I would put them in the Finals, but they just time and time again this season have proven me wrong. Philly, the way that the matchup was, I thought that Philly would give them some trouble. They made quick work of Philly, they made quick work of Cleveland, and they dominated San Antonio, a team that I thought personally was the better team, going into these finals, especially with the competition that they were going up against in the Western Conference when they took out the Western Conference champion, the reigning NBA Finals champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder at the time. I thought the Spurs would be a better team, but again, the Knicks dominated this entire playoff run. Just did not look back, other than that one loss in Game 3 in the finals. They did not look back after being down 2-1 to Atlanta. They just went on a hot streak and just took out everybody. And they sit here as champions. And for the city of New York, for these longtime Knicks fans that have been waiting so long for that, the Yankees have come up short. The Jets haven't really been anywhere since the Mark Sanchez year, where they got to the AFC Championship game with Rex Ryan. The Knicks really haven't been much to look at. The Mets have not been great. So for the Knicks to bring this city a championship, the city was starving for it, and they finally got fed. So shout out to New York, shout out to the fans of the Knicks, and shout out to Jalen Brunson, who I think has edged his name amongst New York sports legends. I came out on a limb and said straight up that, hey, Jalen Brunson might be the greatest Knick of all time for this run that he's had in bringing the championship to the city, something that Patrick Ewing, John Starks, Charles Sprewell, Carmelo Anthony, all these great players who are better than Jalen Brunson from a talent perspective, but they never could deliver the championship. And at the end of the day, that's what the Knicks fans were starving for, and Jalen Brunson was the guy that delivered. I was wrong about the Knicks a lot. I said that their championship window was done. It's me putting myself in Front Street. I was wrong to say that, but I know what I said, and I'll be the first one to tell you when I'm wrong. I was dead wrong about that.